Yo, what's up, guys? It's Nick from Biggins Gaming, and welcome to my MLB The Show 20 wish list for Diamond Dynasty. And you can probably see that there's no face cam, and it's pretty much just because I'm going to be reading off a script. So there's really no point. So I'm going to go through my MLB 20 Diamond Dynasty wish list. This is basically all content. I never really make gameplay wish lists because those are so complicated to make and no one ever understands what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm just doing content. I'm going to go through like all the modes and just explain what I would want. So yeah, let's hop into it. So for the first section of the wish list, I'm going to be talking about ranked seasons, and ranked seasons was a lot better this year. I really like how you can choose who your boss is and you get it immediately. That's really good. But there's still some things that I would change. First of all, I would have better rewards on day one because there were some rewards that weren't really that good, like a 90 overall, a 94. Like a 94 and a 95 aren't that bad, but I don't know. I just feel like making World Series that early should get you one of the 10 best players that are in the game right then, which wasn't the case for those 3 players. I would also recommend better rewards for these bonus tiers. They literally just had like standard pack bundles every time. Maybe do like higher stub amounts. Maybe do like elite guaranteed round in the finest elite pack. Like a free 2 signature series packs, like something like that. If you guys know what I it's just sort of a thing where, yeah, it's cool being in the top like 1,000, but it's not that big of a deal if you're only getting like a 10-pack bundle and you're not getting one of those like nameplate rings. So also, I think they should do a better job of starting placement at the start of MLB The Show 20. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult because you don't have a single game on MLB 20, but I just feel like they should use like rankings from MLB 19. Like they should just do your average ranking from the entire year. And I'm not saying like do it drastically. I'm saying like the highest should be like 400. So the people who average like World Series or really high numbers should start in the first season at 400. I don't think everyone should start at 0. I just don't. It's sort of a waste of time, especially for players that are really good. So I just think that maybe just looking at the records from the previous year, that you could start at a certain rating. I know that would be pretty hard, but that would be pretty good. And for the people who are buying the game first, would be rating 0, which makes total sense. On to Battle Royale. Now there's actually a lot of stuff that I recommend for Battle Royale. First of all, they should have a play a friend section in Battle Royale where you don't get like any rewards except for like stubs and like standard packs because you're playing a friend, so they can just let you win. So I don't think you should really get any rewards. You should just get like the stubs and XP you get from playing normal games. But I think that should be a thing, especially for us YouTubers. I think that would be a really good collab thing to do because if you're doing BR, that's a really quick game. So you can get a really quick 3-inning game edit done. And I think that's pretty damn good. So I really want Play a Friend in BR. They have it in all the other draft modes in the other games. In MUT, they have you can play a friend. In the other games like FIFA and just the games that have drafts, they all have Play a Friend, and MLB doesn't. I really want Play a Friend. Just better rewards in general for day one. So pretty much on day one, there were some okay cards, but it's pretty much the same thing as ranked seasons. Like I think that the rewards on day one should be like top 10, maybe top 20 players in the game. So yeah, that's what I think about that. And then also, I want a better reward system. So I think that there needs to be a much bigger reward for going 12-0 because it's extremely difficult to do that. So I think that this is sort of crazy, but I'm going to go through a list that I made. So I have At 0 wins, you get 1 standard pack. That obviously makes sense. At 1 win, you get 1 bronze live series card. At 2 wins, you get 1 silver live series card. 3 wins, you get 1 80 to 82 gold live series card. 4 wins, you get 1 83 to 84 gold live series card. 5 wins, you get 2 83 to 84 gold live series cards. 6 wins, you get 15k stubs. 78 wins, you get an 85 diamond live series card. 8 wins, you get 25k stubs. 9 wins, you get an 86 to 87 diamond live series card. 10 wins, you get 40,000 stubs. 11 wins, you get an 88 to 89 diamond live series card. 12 wins, you get a 90 plus diamond live series card. And 12-0, you'd get the 12-0 flawless choice pack. But one thing that I have to add to that is that if you go 12-0, you don't get all of those because that's just so much. I think if you go 12-0, you get 0, 3, 6, 9, and 12, and then the 12-0. And then for 9, it would be 0, 3, 6, 9. For 6, it would be 0, 3, 6. For 3, it would be 0, 3. So by increments of 3, I don't think you should get all of that because that's way too much. Now on to moments. I really like the moments this year. It's so much better than the grind from last year, the immortal grinds. The only thing I have for moments is they need to make the storyline moments actually worth it. The only time people actually did this was number 1 for the Griffey to get like program stars in, I think it was the 5th inning program or whatever program it was. And like the first week because it was just a new aspect, so people thought that it would be good to do them, but it turned out that it was pretty bad. So I want a lot more storylines. They need to be easier too because these were pretty hard. Better rewards, they should update this a lot more and just make a lot more. In events, there are a few things that I would change. First of all, there should be an event most of the time every week. Maybe for like when there's holidays and the developers are going on breaks, it makes sense. Maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every week, but there should never be a time where there's no event, in my opinion. They need to make all of the collections, the voucher collections, like they do now. They just started doing them midway through the year. That's my team for Conquest, by the way. That's not my real team. So events, they did the collections to get the rewards. Before this, you would just get the rewards instantly. I think that system's way better, so you don't have to get every single win to get the rewards, which I think is really good. And then one more thing, which is just so annoying. Please let the game save our previous lineup from our last event run. It's so annoying having to switch out the team every single time you lose twice. I really hope that that's fixed. Now for Conquest, there's some things I would like to change, but I think that Conquest was one of the biggest improvements this year. Last year, it was just the USA map, and you can only do it like twice to get stuff. But I just think that it got a lot better, but there's still some stuff that can be a lot better. So first of all, they should make more Conquest maps than they did this year more often, with better rewards too. For the program Conquest maps, I don't think that there needs to be any like card rewards. It makes sense because you just get the program stars. But for example, the Ty Cobb one, he wasn't that good of a card. Nobody really used him. The Keith Hernandez map, you got a gold, and you had to conquer like 7 strongholds, which takes a little while. I think that should be at least a diamond. Like there should be better player rewards. So that's really what I think about Conquest. And then one more thing is, this might be me just being salty that I was never able to complete it in MLB 18, but they need to bring back Conquest Extreme. That is just something that would be a lot of fun, and I think that would be another good way to add content. I mean, they had Moments Extreme this year, which was pretty successful. But I think Conquest Extreme was really where that extreme aspect started. And I think that would be a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun. It was just really hard in MLB 18. Now, the next thing I have is actually something that isn't actually a section. So we all know that that MLB The Show 19 had a Fall Cup. It was the first ever actual esports tournament for MLB The Show. I did not participate because I didn't really want to and I didn't have time. I'm sure I wouldn't have done too well. I think I would have done like pretty solidly, but I definitely wouldn't have done really well. I'm really just pursuing for the Spring Cup next year. But with the Esports League being created, SDS should make a weekend league, which has qualifiers during the week. So pretty much my system, all right, this is a little complicated. So for the qualifiers, they're Monday through Friday. You can enter as many games as you want, whenever you want. They're 6-inning games, no team restrictions. You must finish in the top 1,000 in the world rankings wise to be put into the actual weekend league. If you don't finish in the top 1,000, you're not in the weekend league. So on to the weekend league now. Saturday and Sunday is when this goes on. You can enter as many games as you want, whenever you want. 9-inning games, no team restrictions. Only people playing in it are the top 1,000 players on leaderboards for the qualifiers. I already stated that. And these are the rewards that I have. The number 1 ranked player on weekend leaderboards gets 200,000 stubs and 50 vouchers, which I'll talk about later. The people ranked from number 2 to number 10 get 150,000 stubs each and 40 vouchers. 11 to 100 get 100K and 30 vouchers. 101 to 500 get 75K and 20 vouchers. 501 to 1000 get 50,000 stubs and 10 vouchers each. So these vouchers will go towards a collection for really good players, like some of the best players in the game. So you're talking probably not the best players in the game, but a lot of the best. And the collection gets updated every month. So there's like a monthly master for the weekend league. That is really complicated, and I'm sort of dreaming when I think about a weekend league and all that, but that would be so good. So the managed squad screen is pretty much perfect. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, don't even touch it. For customized team, personally, I think that we should be able to wear real MLB teams uniforms. Maybe you can buy them and they just don't have any value except for just being a uniform. Do not do the bobbleheads like an MLB 18, please. I think that maybe they just have them preset for us and we can just choose them. I just think that we should be able to use like real team uniforms. It's just kind of annoying customizing crappy uniforms, and I just don't like it. I'd much rather wear just the Yankees' actual uniforms as a Yankees fan. Second, we should make the customization a lot cleaner and like 2K's like community database. So pretty much what 2K has is they have this thing where you can make a whole team's like uniform and arena and jerseys, and you can publish it onto the internet, and someone can press 2 buttons and they literally have it. You can't do that here. You can only really do that for logos. And I just think that the menus need to be cleaner for the uniforms. And I think if we could just have like an online database of jerseys, that would be pretty cool. Now for the creative player, this is one thing I really want them to improve on. I think that they should make it so that the creative players should be able to get to 95 overall with no equipment. Make them a little less of a grind, because those have a lot of annoying moments to them. And when you got the gold players, it was a lot of innings you had to eat up. That's pretty similar to MLB 18. We're trying to get away from MLB 18 and how that game worked. And they've done really well doing that. But I just think that the creative players need to be less of a grind and a higher overall, because they are really competing with endgame cards. Now Inside Edge, this is literally going to be the same thing from my wish list last year. They need to make it more realistic. I don't know if they did this, but last year I said that there was just no realism. There were players who were injured and not playing who had inside edges. Like someone with a 20 CL who is clearly not playing shouldn't have a boost against righties. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. For the programs, there's only 2 things I would change. I really liked how they did them this year. I would add more stub rewards. As you can see, there isn't that many stubs that you get from these. Obviously, you can sell the players, but just stubs in general. Like on the bottom, you see 100 stubs, 200. I think that should go up a little. Also, I think that there should be better bonus rewards in the first few programs. As you can see in the first inning program, it's just like 5 show pack bundle, 2,000 stubs. It's just not really like that good, and it's not worth grinding for. Now onto the XP reward path. This is something that I have another sort of unrealistic thing, but I think that it would be a really good aspect. We need a whole new level. I've been at 100 diamonds since like early August. I think we should have a signature level past diamond. So I think that because of this, it should be easier. If that happens, it should be easier to get XP. But if it doesn't happen, then they shouldn't change the way that you make XP. So pretty much, I like the way they did this. I think that if they do all these levels, right, you have to have a top 5 card in the game at signature level 100. It just has to happen. What I would do is I would make 99 Babe Ruth at level signature 100, just because I feel like that would be just the perfect card for like a representation of someone who's just an absolute grinder, who I am at this game, and a lot of people are. I know a lot of people who have been at diamond level 100 for months now. I have too. I would have been, if they had a signature 100, I probably would have been in it like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. I'd make choice pack at these levels with the 99 overalls at 50 bronze, 100 bronze, 50 silver, 100 silver, pretty much every 50 levels. 50 gold, 100 gold, 50 diamond, 100 diamond, 50 signature. So yeah, I think that all those should have 99s that you can choose from, one out of 9, and then make the Babe Ruth exclusive for signature 100. So also one more thing is, I think as you went on in the levels, that pack, the choice pack of the 99s, was less valuable, because in the beginning you're picking positions that you need and they're on your team for a long time. But when you're diamond level 1 or diamond level 100, you're just picking the ones you don't have, and they might not even make your starting lineup. Like, I picked Brooks Robinson. He didn't even make my starting lineup. He was just on the bench as a fielding replacement. So I think what they should do is they should have one pack for like the first 4, and then another for the next couple or whatever it is, and then have the Babe Ruth at signature 100, just to make it more fresh and make obviously better players in the second pack. Next up is Team Affinity, and I'm going to criticize this a lot. These were pointless to do after May. There was no reason to do this after May. All these cards were not that good after May. There were plenty of cards that were better than them, and it was way too much of a grind to do them, because you'd have to do the March to Octobers, or you'd have to spend a lot of stubs to do the exchanges, or you play innings, which takes forever, which is an MLB 18 thing. I think that these were like a D. If I had to give them a grade, it would be a D. I'm not grading all of them. I'm just giving them a D. The only reason they're not an F is because they helped you in the Honus Wagner collection. So that's the only reason why I don't have it as an F. But they need to make these rewards better in the start of the year, and they need to add on to them. They need to, in like June or July, add better cards. Maybe even add like a 99 for every team and just make it a little harder. But they need to extend these. Now, the collections were pretty good. But one thing that I would do is I would just make better division rewards. Like, these were some solid cards, like a 93 Eddie Matthews. Shout out Kevin Giodi. You got a 93 Eddie Matthews, a 90 Jim Edmonds, 92 Rob Nen, 93 Vita Blue, 90 Harmon Killebrew, and 92 Jose Bautista. I think they should be 94 to 98. Or no, 94 to 97, I would say. They should be in those overalls. I just think that needs to have more value. Maybe for like the divisions that are really bad and have one team with a diamond, make that lower. That makes sense. But for teams like for divisions like the AL East that are stacked with diamonds, they need to have higher rewards. So for the exchanges, I'd keep all the live series exchanges, but I think they should have one for diamonds. I think that there should be like 40 gold live series for an 85 to 89, and then somewhere between 80 and 100 for a 90 plus live series diamond. That's just a bet, really. Now for the inventory screen, I think this is something that they could really improve. I want this to be as quick as the lineup screen, excuse me. We should be able to switch through teams a lot quicker. We shouldn't have to press R1 and go all the way to like the Braves, who are right in the middle. We should just be allowed to just search for a team or just click a button and make it a lot quicker. We should be able to search for teams. We should be able to search for cards like in our entire inventory, like Madden in the item binder or whatever it's called now. But yeah. Now the only thing I add to the community market is that we should get notifications when we get outbid. So let's say we have the highest listing. It should say your listing has been outbid, because I think that would be a really nice touch, because then you know that you're not going to get your guy sold. You'd always have to check randomly whenever you remember, so I think that would be pretty cool. For packs, I would add pack animations for choice packs. I understand why they didn't do it, but I think it would be pretty cool. And we need less limits on special packs. They sort of did that at the end of the year with these Finest Elite packs, the headliner bundles, and the signature packs. We need to be able to buy more. That's where they're going to make their money, and they do this in Madden and FIFA. You can get a lot more, and it's just a lot of fun, and it'll be better content for YouTubers. And the last thing on the list is content, which is obviously an A+. Perfect. Command A, Command C, Command V is what I have listed on my script. Literally, it was so great. Just do the same thing. Maybe add some touches just to make it like fresher and not boring, because it's a copy. But one thing that I would add is I really like in Madden, I don't know if they still do this, but in the past, they had a mover series. So in the offseason, when players signed with new teams that were really good, they got new cards, like a special series, like really good cards from them on their new teams and like jerseys or Photoshop or whatever. I think that would be really cool to have in like December or January. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this MLB The Show 20 wish list. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully most of what I said will be in MLB The Show 20. That was the case in my MLB The Show 19 wish list. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been your host, Nick from Big Ends Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.